units of energy in a day. 10 spoons of energy. Getting up and getting dressed is 1 spoon of energy. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 1/10 of my day's energy gone by getting up, getting out of bed, washing, dressing, and thinking about coming down the stairs. Then getting breakfast, that's another unit of energy. Sorting Beth and Luna out, that's another unit of energy. So far I've used 4 units of energy and I've barely started my day. Now, a lot of people say sitting and talking on TikTok doesn't use any energy. They'd actually be very wrong. When you're sitting still but you're talking a lot, you do use energy, believe it or not. You use concentration, you use cognitive energy, you're using brain power. So even sitting and talking on TikTok takes spoon energy. Sometimes I can do more, sometimes I can do less, but it still takes energy. If I tried to wash my hair in a day, that takes 3 or 4 units of energy. So imagine I've done a live, I've done a hair wash, I've done a hair dry live. By the time I've done that, I've probably only got 1 or 2 units of energy left to get me through the rest of the evening and to get to bed in the evening. That's why when I go to bed, I'm normally so exhausted that I end up sleeping a lot. So people often wonder why I sleep for 8 to 10 hours, sometimes more a night. And this is why I sleep so much. Because I need to recharge. And I never know, like Dave Davley just said there, I never know how many spoons of energy, units of energy, spoons, I'm going to wake up with the next day. Sometimes, as I've said before and you've seen, sometimes I wake up and I can't even move. Those days are the worst days. Those days are when I wake up and I've literally got no energy whatsoever. However, sometimes during the day, sometimes, not regularly, but sometimes, I might actually find an extra spoon. Because I might sleep for a while during the day and actually get an extra spoon. So actually, sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you find a spoon hidden in the sofa. Doesn't happen very often, but it does occasionally often. So, yeah. Terts, mama. Yeah, I have a chronic condition, Terts. The condition I have is called ME, myalgic encephalomyelitis, also known as chronic fatigue syndrome. I've had it for 28, nearly 29 years. And I say to people, it doesn't make me who I am, but it does limit what I can do sometimes. Well, on a regular basis, not just sometimes. Oh, Jem, I love that. Nana nap. Yeah, I mean, crochet, I know that feeling. I sometimes go for bouts when I sleep more than I'm awake. Sometimes, I'll take last night, for example. Last night, I went to bed. I was in bed about 11, 12 o'clock. When I finished my live, I stayed in the living room for a while with Luna. Then I went upstairs. I was in bed by about 11, 12 o'clock. Turned my light off sometime between 12 and 1. Can't remember exactly. I slept through till gone 2 o'clock this afternoon. I had more than 12 hours sleep last night. So I lost all of the morning for today. So really, I've only been awake for what, 4.5, 5 hours? But it's actually 10 to 7 in the evening. Doesn't quite add up that it's 10 to 7 in the evening, but I feel like it's lunchtime. Yeah, Davley, I know that one. Feeling like it's 20 hours hours of sleep a day, yeah. Yeah, I'm like that, Gemma. I can sleep for hours. And that's the thing, when you have a chronic condition, you have to go by how your body feels. And Yeah, that's just what a chronic condition is. But I don't mind talking about it. I'm not looking for sympathy. I want to make that clear. I'm not looking for people to say, poor her, poor Annette, things like that. I'm talking about it on here to help spread awareness of the conditions, not just for my sake, but for other people. Because there are so many hidden conditions out there, so many hidden disabilities that people don't know about. I didn't know much about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome before I met people with EDS. I now know more about EDS because I have friends who've got EDS. But I also know that there are people on here who don't know what EDS is. Like they don't know what ME is, or they don't know what PCOS is. So by talking about it, it educates people into what they are. Lauren, I was diagnosed approximately 3 to 4 years after I was first ill. I was first ill in 95, which is 20, hold on. Let me work this out. 28 and a half years ago. Had to think then. So 28 and a half years ago, I was diagnosed. Sorry, I was first ill. And then I was diagnosed approximately 3 to 4 years later. Because with ME, they rule everything else out. Because there are so many conditions that are similar symptoms to ME, but with ME, they don't yet have a test to see what your symptoms, to see, they don't have a test to actually test for the condition yet. So they're trying to find a test. And with having ME, I'm currently taking part in a study called Decode ME. And that study is currently looking for DNA markers and DNA markers to help develop a test for ME. So TikTok joking, that's what I just said. The only way doctors, and I'm not talking about just my GP, I mean medical specialists at hospitals. When I said I went for tests, blood tests, electrical stimulation tests, scans, x-rays, MRIs, CTs, I went through the works when it came to tests. That's why it takes so long to be diagnosed with ME, because they rule everything else out. No, Lauren, that's MS, not ME. That's MS. MS is where you have a deterioration, you have lesions on your brain and spinal cord. That's MS. That's all right, Lauren. No need to be sorry. No need to be sorry, yeah. No need. That's fine. What does ME stand for? ME stands for myalgic encephalomyelitis. And I don't say it 100% correctly, but that's my best pronunciation of it. What I would encourage people to do is to go to the ME Association website and have a read. If you go up to my link tree up there on my main profile, click through on my link tree, you can go to the ME Association website and have a really good read. While you're there, you could also go and have a look at my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is one that I started before I was on TikTok.